contain the euphoria. Take me out, take me higher. This euphoria, love in my brain. Take me out, take me higher. This euphoria, love in my brain. Can't contain the euphoria. Take me out, take me higher. Euphoria in my
Hello, and welcome everyone to the Year 2 Ice Cup. I'm joined by the amazing Mikey B today. Hello, Mike.
Hello,
How are you
hello.
doing?
Good to be here. That was a fantastic intro for XP Evo. I'm very excited.
Yeah,
A
same.
lot
If
of fun.
you haven't already got your ticket, link is in the chat right now. So go get your tickets right now. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. But yeah,
Yeah.
focus on the Ice Cup now.
So
We
this whole
got-
concept, Burley, I'm curious. I want to hear a bit about your thoughts behind the idea for Gear 2 Ice Cup. Maybe some. Did you have any struggles? Was it difficult for your own map to map in Gear 2? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so Gear 2 is like such a style that is like very uncommon, and I wanted to bring a bit more shine the light on it a bit more, because it's very fun, and I think many more mappers should be aware of this.
Right. And I think, I think all of us have noticed that as ice has become more refined as a style, I think the general sort of the average ice map is becoming much cleaner, and some would say that there are a lot of ice maps that maybe seem very similar. What are your thoughts on sort of? Do you think people need to push more boundaries like you're doing here, or do you think there's a reason that we've arrived at the point we are now?
Yeah, exactly. So the thought is with this cup is to kind of to make the maps more exciting, to like get away from this ice side right, ice side left kind of style and just be a bit more creative,
Right.
Maybe force the player into thinking about what gear they're in, like certain tricks like spinning and
Right. And I noticed a lot when playing through these maps. First of all, they're very challenging. The concept itself of staying in second gear seems very tough. It has a lot of uphills where, like you said, you really have to make sure you don't drop the gear. Of course, then there are the spins themselves, which are very technically difficult. So do you think maybe this has something to do with it? Do you think the players, when they play these maps, especially in rounds, do you think they're going to struggle to be consistent?
Yeah, it's very hard to be consistent on these maps, of course. Like this, the map that I made, it's like probably the simplest map out of all of them. Just has like not really any transitions or stuff like that, just flat.
Right.
But but the main thing, obviously, on Gear 2 ice is to stay in Gear 2. If you drop the gear, if you get in third gear, you're kind of fucked. That is the main difficulty on these maps, and yeah, there's like so much you can do in this style that I didn't even think about before, Like, we have this one map by Tactics, which is like so different from whatever I would make in Gear 2. I didn't even like Yeah,
Yeah, and I find that map very interesting. First time I played it, it reminded me of an old mapper. Shout out to Rage and his maps. I know many people will remember them. Very difficult as well. Very technical. Very tight
yeah.
in many sections.
Only the OGs remember rage maps.
It's similar, but like you said, it's something new. It's something I haven't seen
Just
before.
more refined, you know. It's
Yeah,
just taking the old concepts and like making them into new school maps. It's really nice.
for sure, for sure. And it's interesting also. I'm excited to see how the players deal with these maps in rounds, like I said, because of the difficulty. It seems like you lose and gain a lot more because you're working on at these lower speeds, you know, like you really have to make sure that you carry your momentum as much as possible, whether it's through the spins or just through the uphill slides, right? If you lose speed, it's very, very painful and very difficult to gain it back compared to sort of in the faster styles, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say as long as you keep second gear, you should be fine. Like it's not too snowball heavy these maps. But yeah,
All right, all right.
I forgot what I wanted to say, but sure.
There was another thing I'm excited to see about, because we've been talking about how difficult the maps are and the style in general. But another thing is, Trackmania, especially ice players, have gotten so much better over the years that I feel like right now the level is very, very high. We have a lot of people who are really, really, really fast on ice, and I'm excited to see them take on this challenge. Do you have any sort of updates? Are there any up and comers you're excited to see? Anyone you've heard that's fast?
Yeah. I'm excited to see Spike in this cup. Like he has been grinding a lot. He's like not a top player yet, but he's doing very well on these maps specifically. But of course, we got the usual top players: Opal, Jolly. We got Boulder, Oopsie, Symptom, and Jastastic. Some very good players that are to be seen in the records on the maps.
I personally, I love to see it. Symptom played ice way before I did, and to see that he's still going and he's still competing at such a high level is like super impressive to me. It's not a lot of people that have sort of that amount of longevity in such a young esport, as to say. So it's very interesting.
True.
But also, especially because we see these new guys, they come up and they learn so fast.
Yeah, talking about new guys, let's go ahead and take a look at Spike right now. As he's going for the end job, not quite making it. This ending is very difficult, this risky finish right here.
I actually wanted to talk to you about this risky finish because I recognize this from somewhere.
Yes, you
There was a Leo map called Bambi on Ice back in the day, which I remember that we cut. We hunted against each other.
I hunted
and
this so much.
I think I watched the record back when I noticed this end, and I think we, more than half of the spins, we either spun the other way or we skipped the spin or whatever, and I recognized the ending from there. That specific cut that you used to beat me in the end.
It's exactly this one cut.
So I'm curious, is this something, because I haven't mapped much, but when I play the game, I do think about this. Sometimes even if I drive a map wrong on first intuition, or if I drive an alternate route, I sometimes think of what if this was an actual map, you know, like this would be fun. Is this something that sort of helps you get inspiration when mapping?
Yeah, like oftentimes what I do is just like place blocks, do some spins, and then try to make the spins the fastest way on the map. That's oftentimes what it boils down to, you know.
And that's always sort of the thing that I found so beautiful about spins, and why I love spins so much is uh, the the spin. Even though it's a beautiful thing, the most beautiful thing is that there are situations where it's actually fastest. You know, I
Yeah,
wouldn't I wouldn't
that's
find
what
this
I,
very valuable if we were forcing people to spin when it wasn't viable, right? Like, and just doing it for style points.
yeah, that's what in the early days of Ice, it was really something that I was like trying to to make, you know. And for a long time, it like didn't seem it would catch on, but we're here now and we're playing a competitive match with spins. It's amazing how far we've gotten.
It's beautiful. I remember the days of spinning when people didn't believe it was ever gonna be an actual viable way to play the game, right? And there were
Yeah,
many
I mean,
maps where my personal skill level hadn't caught up to my spinning brain, so I wanted to spin on maps and I felt that it was faster, but no one believed me.
yeah, I felt the same way. But still, there's like only a handful of players that can actually play these maps well. One of them, yeah, we see only a few of them on the server right now. Let's hope we get a different map now, or maybe that we can see. Okay, it's still only this one map on the server. Hello? Very nice, Chris.
Right. Yeah, it'll be very interesting to say to see, because like I said, the skill level now is so high on ice, and I'm curious to see how that also translates specifically to the spins, and I'm also interested to see if some
Yeah.
of these players sort of.
People still suck at it, but they're trying their best.
But what about the top guys, the guys who are the fastest on ice? How are their spins, in your opinion? People like Opal, for example, and
No, Paul,
Teuflum.
they're definitely mastered it at this point, but yeah, I would say most of the top players at this point. Pretty much mastered the spins, but yeah, if the skill difference is still very high between the top players and the not so top players on the spins. Okay, we see Shine by Tactics right now. It's a completely different side of Gear 2 than Second Amendment, my map that we just saw. A lot of transitions on this one. No ground spins, but a lot of aerial 360 spin booms.
Right.
This-
This was the map I said reminded me of Rage's mapping style, and for those who played those maps, you'll recognize it, or recognize why I say that. I think because the tightness, the sort of the creativity, like you said, Burly, it's more refined, definitely, but very very cool.
And also the spins, like they feel so much different than from whatever I would ever map. But it's not bad by all means. It's like,
Yeah, 'cause that's a big part sort of throughout the history of spins. We've had a lot of people making spin maps, and people approach spins in different ways when they map them. And I think it kind of gives us a picture of the way people think differently about the game. And like you said, something like this, these jump spins are very interesting, and also something I would never come up with.
yeah.
Speaking actually of, there was the map we were talking about earlier, Bambi on Ice, was made by Leo, and Leo made many spin maps, which were very different to yours, for sure. His style was very unique.
Yeah. But it still worked like good. So have fun hunting WRs on these maps, but oh. Who do we spec yet on this map right now? Let's see. We got Opal on the server, let's see what he does. Oh.
What I'm
This
really
last
looking
spin
for in these players is I want to see where they push the envelope, so to say. Because doing this map is difficult. But a lot of people could get to the point where you could complete these maps consistently, right? But
Yeah, we
pushing,
got 5 players this round. No, they didn't crash. That's just pretty good, I would say.
pretty good. I'm excited to see what the fast guys do to push it. What sort of strats they go for, how they maximize their speed, and where they can gain time, and if it's gonna be needed.
Yeah, we
or if
already
the strat
see
will-
like on this first spin, people are going for the spins or either or not going for the spin. It's pretty much equal looking at the records. It's just personal preference, I would say. Very interesting.
We see Opal even going for extra spins. But yeah,
No, 15 seconds, Chris. 15. 10 seconds, it's a bit tight. That's yeah. And looks like we are soon gonna be live. When are we gonna let you live exactly, Chris? I don't know.
Yeah, guys, if you want to join the qualifiers, still join up. It's the G2 IC qualifiers room in the Evo Esports Club. You have about 5 more minutes. Join, and then we start.
I got only 20 people in, man. Bit underwhelming. Join up, everyone.
hopefully everyone's feeling warm and ready to go soon. We definitely see, like you said, a decent amount of completions on the map. Also some struggles, but that's to be expected.
They're driving this a lot more consistent than I thought they would.
I always find this interesting, right? Because Trackmania, though you play against yourself, especially when hunting, when you're in a competition, it becomes very obvious that you're driving against other people, and some players, more than others, actively change sort of their pace depending on the field they're racing against, right? I think we've seen this from people like Mika before when he's been racing, that he'll turn it up if others turn it up. Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see whether people will push themselves from the start, or how the field is sort of gonna move together, or not.
Yeah. Alright. We're gonna be live in 5 minutes, guys. We're gonna play 3 maps, 7 rounds on each map. And top 16 players are gonna qualify for tomorrow. For the match tomorrow, which is gonna start at 3 PM CET. get another top player in here that we haven't spectated yet. Okay, no, it's just DNF'd. Let's watch Igu, maybe.
I do want to ask you about this water section on this map, because I found this really cool and it blew my mind, mainly also because I haven't been playing the game too much recently. But like features like this I had never seen before, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Same. It also kind of blew my mind. I've never seen this before on any map, really. Like, obviously, we got like classic water flicks and stuff, but underwater flicks, I've never seen that before. That's also new to me.
Personally, I also love it, because when I saw it the first time, not understanding it, I said there's no way this works properly. And then I drove it, and I was proven wrong completely. I actually think it works really, really well.
Tigu right now not really proving your point, but
well,
I can confirm
maybe it's a
it,
skill issue,
it
I
works.
believe
It
it's-
works. Gotta trust the water.
Oh yeah, and in general, I give a lot of credit to mappers who will push the boundaries and try new things. And it's so sick when it actually works out.
Exactly.
We see some cheers for Bede in the chat. Definitely also worth looking at.
Yeah, B
Really,
definitely,
really fast.
I would say, the favorite to win this whole match.
Okay. I've
Ach man. There's 3 maps, guys, trust. The third map is also a bit similar to this map, but has some parts built by 9to5 gamer guy, who again took a different approach on Year 2. Okay. Here we go.
I am really excited to see this. Been looking forward to it. It'll be interesting to see how everyone matches up against each other today. I'm also curious to see if anyone has been offline hunting.
I did all that, but we never know.
You never know.
Man symptom.
True. We were even talking about him earlier.
Alright, we got 2 warm-up rounds, and then we're gonna start. This is the map we haven't seen so far. Second impressions by 9to5 gamer and myself. 9to5 gamer really overcooked the route on this one.
I mean, I imagine
Overcooked
this
it so
seems
much
like-
to the point. Overcooked it so much to the point where he didn't know what to do anymore, and I had to help him out, basically.
Oh yes, because
yeah.
I thought when I saw this style of map, it seems very outside of what he usually does. So I was curious to see how.
Yeah, he built like the first half, I built the second half. Yeah. You'll probably know this about the halfway point where the style kinda changes.
Yeah, I definitely noticed it through the map.
And yeah, let's spectate Jastastic here in this warm-up round. He has been cooking a lot on this one. This spin is so nice.
I've heard a lot about this guy. He came after my time, but I mean, look at this. This is what I mean.
Here, very important to not gear up in the third and not slide out in this turn, of course. Turn is very easy to slide out in. Then another spin. The spin also very smooth. That's a 43.6 by Whoopsie. Very solid time.
I'm just gonna pull up the times so we have those, because I'm curious to see how these guys measure up against the leaderboard times. But that looked very good from the top pack.
Yeah, WR is a low 43, I think. So there is some room for improvement still, but if you wanna drive this consistently, then a 0.6 is very strong already. Yeah, we see Jastastic in the lead again. This time Tigu and Whoopsie falling behind. That is just the warm-up, guys. We're gonna start the match in the next round. Here we go. Good luck, everyone.
Good luck, have fun. And I will say, well, these are some great looking maps. I think you guys did really well. I like the custom signs.
Yeah, believe it or not, even Snippen helped a little bit with the scenery on this one.
Oh, well, that explains it.
Okay, here we go. First round now. Jastastic already choking for some reason. I don't know what he did. You can see Beat with a very nice spin going into first place. Got a huge lead over Bilbo right now and Jolly.
See, this is interesting because this was not like the warm-up round, so Beat was definitely holding back.
Yeah, I would say so.
We had a very clear top three with Jastastic and Tigu and Whoopsie before, but now Beat has taken off.
And Beat is just gone. Holy
He
shit!
is performing under pressure.
44.1, not the fastest time. Not a crazy time by all means, but it's first.
And this is what I would talk about. It'll be interesting to see how these guys measure up. Whether certain people now realize they need to push a bit more, maybe they need to save a bit more. We don't really know how their regular paces are, only they know. So it's a bit of a game of chess as well.
And we see once again Beat in the lead, but this time Jastastic is keeping up with him, actually overtaking. Here we go. Just not recovering after that first round, and oh, he geared up in the third. He's gonna get caught up by, look at that. You don't wanna gear up into third in that part, and that gives Opal the opportunity to, oh no, Opal with the crash, and Tigu takes this round. Very nice by Tigu.
That is unfortunate for Opal, but Tigu did send it at the end there. He really put in the work in. Can you tell me something about this? Some of these players that I don't recognize. Bilbo Breitlin, for example?
I've never seen his name before, actually. Bilbo Breitlin, I mean,
I love his name,
he's
first of
doing
all.
pretty well so far. Like his skin, very nice color. Oh, he saves that one very nicely.
Interestingly, we have a pack forming again, and then with is it Whoopsie? Yeah, Whoopsie up front with a little bit of space. Oh, and we lost a few in that turn. That is tough. That's what you were talking
Yeah.
about. That adjustment that you need to hold the gear is tough.
Yeah, you wanna brake a lot and then release. That is what you wanna do. If you are too scared, then you always can release the accelerator. I mean the steering a little bit to slow down, but You really gotta commit for that one. Okay, we see Whoopsie now. Overall in the lead, 136 points, but it's anyone's game still.
Yeah, honestly, right now the top 4 is very tight. We also see
see Beat
many different
doing the
lines.
first mistakes right now. Okay. And that. Give Jastastic an Opal. Oh, Jastastic with the slide out. Oh no. Can Opal get first this round? No. Yeah, he has a huge lead and gonna save this into the finish line.
Not a bad time. That's another thing, you know, because during a competition like this, you have good starts, you have bad starts, you have good runs, you have bad runs, right? But it's interesting to see for a run like that for Bede, who was behind, watching him fight back, versus Opal. It seemed like that run went pretty smooth. And we'll see how it goes this round.
Okay, we see Whoopsie this time pulling ahead. But they come up to the important slide out turn once again. Opal gearing up. Going for the gear up strat. It's gonna pay off. Looks like he's gonna stay about even. So gearing up, not too bad if you can manage it. That's gonna be a round win for Whoopsie. A very fast time. 43.4. That's really good.
That is very, very impressive.
Beating the AT by over a tenth, which I grinded for a long time, so it's very impressive.
Oh, an unfortunate mistake. The heat check, Whoopsie. We've all been there. He'll have to recover in the next one. But for now, Bede in front. He's looking to capitalize off of Whoopsie's mistake.
Opal close by though. Going for the gear up again. Oh, but this time he didn't catch it too nicely. Because you can get the gear up, sure, but what matters most is then the gear down. How you manage that.
That
That's
is
very
interesting.
important. Make sure you can get a good gear up, but if you get a bad gear down, it's all over.
And that's a whole nother conversation. The idea of whether or not managing gears is sort of a skill that should be practiced. Personally, I think it's very valuable, and I think we see that with these players.
Yeah,
the
and
experience really shines through.
A lot of new players are lacking that, I think. They're just playing these new school ice maps, couple of day style maps on Evo Ice Beginner and stuff like that, where they're just spoon fed the gears, you know.
The kids these
They
days,
never learned to actually play ice, you know, on like the old school maps where you were way too fast for the turn, and you always stood out.
I definitely think there's some truth to that, but that obviously the quality of maps having increased so much is also just an overall positive for the scene. I think it's brought in a lot more new players who are more interested in it because it is a much cleaner style than what it used to be back when we started, and most maps were just random combinations of ice blocks.
Yeah, we've definitely come a long way. Alright. Hopping over to Shine by Tactics right now. Let's see who's gonna go for the spin in the start and who's gonna go for the no spin. Spin or no spin? Is that a question here? Let's see. We got 2 warm-up rounds again, I believe, or no? We're live, okay. I'm sorry, we're live. We see Opal going for the no spin as always. And this spin, you actually don't want a gorilla grab, I don't think. At least it's very hard to do a gorilla grab there.
It'll be interesting to see if Whoopsie can hold his lead. He built up quite the lead on the first map. Maybe that was his strong map, we don't know. Maybe he's just a beast on all these maps.
Yeah, I'm still standing with Beat winning this qualifier because he's strong on all of the maps, I'm pretty sure.
Right. And I mean, the performance in the first map was no slouch. He does have a bit of a gap to Whoopsie, but obviously he's in second place, so he's doing very well.
Yeah, I'm kinda... Justastic, I think, is underperforming a little bit, I would say. I was expecting him to do a lot better.
We've seen this a lot in the...
Justastic is going for it, and you can see it is about equal to people like Opal who don't spin it. He's in first right now, so... with the crash though, got Jolly in first right now. Didn't talk about Jolly yet. Very strong ice player also. Very old school player. He got a... Oh, messes up the last spin though, and that gives Opal the chance to win this round right now.
That is rough. So do you think for Justastic, do you think it's nerves? Is he not as used to perhaps playing competitions as some of the older players? Or maybe just a bad day?
Maybe. Or maybe it's just at a bad time of the day for him. What time is it for Jas right now?
I didn't even think of that.
It's gotta be like what? The middle of the night?
Yeah. That also makes a lot of sense. So, if he doesn't have excuses for himself, we have them for him. Just in case. But as the rounds go, we see Opal up ahead again.
Yeah, not the greatest spin here. It gives Justastic this time and Whoopsie a chance to maybe make a comeback in the ending here. Very nice spin by Opal though. Gonna close out another round in first. The sub 45 even. Very good.
Makes it past speed actually. That is pretty good.
Opal definitely one of the best players in rounds ever. He's so consistent, going for the no spin as always. But this time gets punished for it, hits the wall.
That's what we like to see.
And gives Beat the opportunity now, and Jas to maybe win a round for themselves. Well, Whoopsie, very good line.
Yes, and when I watch Beat like
with
this,
the mistake.
I get the feeling that Beat is not sending. I feel like he's not trusting himself enough right now. This guy is so fast. But I see him releasing in spots where I feel like he wouldn't.
Oh, Whoopsie with the mistake. Oh, still manages to barely get first though. That could have been costly almost.
That is very good.
For Whoopsie. Barely managed to stay ahead of Opal.
It's true, as Whoopsie says, the map is very hard, and you do see more of a separation between 4th and 5th place right now. We have almost 60 points. That's pretty huge. The first map was definitely tighter. Obviously, it also accumulates.
We have like all the favorites in the top 4 right now, except for Sibdo, who is not playing for some reason.
Now I have some insider knowledge on Spoder's current performance because obviously Spoder is also very fast, and if he was trained, I believe he would also be.
Yeah,
Perhaps
but
a
why didn't he
contender.
train though?
Perhaps just a busy boy. Things to do,
Excuses, man.
places to
Excuses.
be.
None. Okay, we see Opal winning yet another round. 0.7 this time, getting faster and faster. And manages to overtake Boopsy in the overall standing. Huge for Opal.
So this Jollypop, I've been told, is this Geo?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I remember Geo also having great improvement around the time when I stopped playing. All of a sudden becoming very, very fast. And we see already now she's in 6th place here.
But we can see Opal in first again. Is he gonna close it? Oh, it's a very close fight between Boopsy and Jaztastic. Who's gonna do it?
That was extremely
200s
close.
between the top three. Wow, what a round. What a round. Jaztastic now. Getting himself together, it seems like. And winning a round.
Yeah, that was great to watch. They moved as a pack in that ending. They were so close to each other.
Okay, let's make the spectate spike a little bit. And see too much of him. And we can... I got a very nice start, but then fumbled us spin a little bit. But yeah, I would say he's doing okay so far. Let's take a look up in the lead though. See Jaztastic up ahead again. No, he makes a mistake. And that looks like another round win for Opal. Yep. Gonna extend the gap to Whoopsie. Comes in second. Jolly in third. That is gonna be it for map 2.
That was definitely entertaining to watch. As a person who's played that map, it was very impressive. I know sometimes it can be tough to sort of appreciate how hard those Gear 2 ice maps are. But definitely an impressive feat.
And now I think we're gonna see a bit more consistency on this map, I hope. Unless people are just absolutely sending it like idiots. But yeah, we're still gonna see a lot of mistakes and the risky finish, of course, but
I definitely feel that on this map, apart from the risky finish, obviously, mistakes mostly cost you time, they less so kill your run. Especially with a lot of these uphills, right? That's really the biggest issue, is losing momentum in the uphills, I feel like. Perhaps, obviously, as well, the spins can be a struggle for some.
yeah. Okay, Opal starting out with a 0.7. Very solid time. Everything under 51. It's very fast, of course.
He's putting his foot down.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to go for the risky finish. You can just do 2 spins. Not a lot slower compared to what failing the ending would cost you.
Oh, Jaztastic sliding out on the first spin, that's really unfortunate.
Oh, we can see a new player in first round, Alice. Gets a very nice start here. Fighting with Opal and Boopsy.
That is exciting. Oh,
Yeah,
speed
Alice
through
doing
the
a
spins, look at this.
great job at the spins.
that's a good momentum up the hill.
Oh, it's all about the risky finish now. Alice.
Oh,
Oh,
had
not
to
getting.
save on the
Oh,
spin and gets punished. That is unfortunate because that was actually a really, really great run.
gets it on the second attempt, but great job for Alice. That was a great run.
Yeah, that was definitely a good effort. And it shows you how well you can sort of look while playing this map. You look like you have everything in order, but even though you're at that skill level, to be able to do all these fancy tricks this well, you can still mess up just as well. And we've seen a lot of players experience that already. And as you mentioned, the spins do be a struggle for some people. I would have hoped
Yeah.
that it changed, but it seems people are still reluctant.
Yeah, but the rounds on this map are so close. It's also the WRs, like they're so close together between each other. For a 50-second map, they're really close. Okay, we see Jolly now getting the risky fin and winning the round with a 50.6. That is very strong.
That is great. That is beautiful. It'll be interesting to see if she can take advantage of this map. Perhaps gather even more points.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, it's pretty clear Opala is making a statement on this map right now. He's not too comfortably in the lead, but he does have a bit of a margin, especially down to third place.
We see another very close on Jolly beat. Fast testing on Opal. Fighting. Oh, someone messed up there. All gonna come down to the risky finish again. Who's gonna get it the best speed? Not looking like a good setup. Oh, he gets it though. That was
That was
sketchy.
actually impressive that he saved that, because that did look very sketchy.
With a 0.5 as well.
And you know, it's
Very
really
nice.
fun to watch that last spin because it's a moment with a lot of pressure, but still you can see players putting a lot of effort into getting a good spin, you know, getting that speed that you need to make the risky, and also perhaps save a bit of time.
Yeah. Alright, we got 3 rounds remaining. We see Skirt now up ahead. Haven't seen too much of this guy yet. Also a newer player. Okay,
True,
losing
yeah.
this momentum in this uphill though a little bit, and there is gonna be another fight between the Opal Jazz Alice.
Fantastic. It gets so much speed in that uphill. That's the second time in a row I've seen it now. It's very impressive. The
Oh, it's
last
very
one was
close.
good as well.
Oh,
Overtakes Opal in the finish.
what a finish.
That's exactly what I was talking about. He got the spin slightly better, more speed, straighter line. It looked great.
Alright, 2 rounds remaining. We only got like... Yeah, we only got 16 players who are playing right now. I don't know if like only gonna top 8 are gonna qualify now or top 16, like how we're gonna do that, but we'll see.
Everyone seems to hold good speed through that uphill. Let's see how they handle the The multiple spins.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a
multiple
big
struggle.
mistake. See your pal, Tigu, Jolly, all within one car right now. It's all gonna come down to the risky finish once again. Tigu getting it very good. Oh, clipping the edge though. And Jolly with the round one. Huge.
That was also extremely close. Opal had a slightly more speed, but just couldn't catch up to Jolly.
Yeah, only 6,000s behind.
We see Opal
Same.
complaining about the gorilla grip. But maybe you can enlighten me, Burly, because this is also something new. I remember being at last year's XP Evo, and people were talking about it. It was the talk of the day, and I never really understood it.
So basically what you do at this one aerial spin there is you basically hold press the input of the ice slide of the yeah. So you know how you change directions in the air, but you like do it like right before you jump off basically, and you get more grip at the landing. It's kinda makes no sense, but it is what it is.
Right, and that removes there's like a grace period where you land where you don't have grip, right? It seems after these new physics
Yeah,
updates.
you get a small penalty there, but you can avoid that. And while we were waffling, we get a 0.2 by Whoopsie. Wow.
This was a strange round because there was
Oh
a
my
lot of
God.
mistakes, but that time by Whoopsie is crazy.
Jesus. What a time by Whoopsie. That's gonna be it, guys. Opal with the W. Only 1 point behind Whoopsie. Wow.
That is pretty sick.
Then we get a bit of a gap to Jazztastic in third, who managed to pull himself back after that bad first map. And then Jolly in fourth, managing to overtake Tigo on that last map. And Skirt in sixth, who had also had a very strong last map. And Beat, what happened to Beat? Jesus. He was first at after the first map, I think, or second.
True.
He choked so much on the last map.
Right, and that would be interesting whether that was perhaps a mental struggle or maybe the weight of sort of the maps, like which maps he was good at. But he was definitely looking a lot stronger on the first half. But the
Yeah, but I would say the same. I mean, these 16 pairs, they looked pretty good overall, so there was no like random unpracticed people in this top 16, so I think we just let everyone through. Seems like the most reasonable thing to do. But yeah, these 16 players are gonna fight it out tomorrow for $115. First is gonna get 50%, second gets 30 of that, and third is gonna get 20. If you guys still wanna donate something to the prize pool, maybe someone can post a command in the chat. There we go.
and shout out to all the players. That was very entertaining. Some
Yeah.
really great driving.
Maybe we can get like an interview with Opal guy who won the Dinks. Get in here, Opal.
That would be great.
Interviewing. It's in the chat.
Hop into voice, Opal. I'll drag you.
I'm very interested to see what he has to say.
yeah, very curious on his thoughts. I'll let you lead the interview so we don't waffle over each other when he gets in here.
Yeah, like honestly, I didn't prepare any interview, but yeah, just gonna figure it out.
Sure. Yeah, that was honestly great. I said I was very impressed that we had so many close rounds.
Yeah, I too thought it was gonna be much more of a shit show, but it turned out to be just fine. Like, at the end of the day, you can pretty much drive anything in this game consistently if you just practice enough.
That is true. And it was also sick to see, even though it's unfortunate to see players drop off, it's great to see others
Yo, pal.
capitalize.
Yo,
Yo, pal.
Congrats
Sorry.
on the win.
really
How
bad
do you
because I mean, I'm feeling okay. I didn't play the best, but like on the first map at least. But I mean, it was fun. Like, I think the 9 to 5 map is really hard. I don't know, just for me maybe, but I can't do the end. So I was like, not last, but maybe like 11th 2 rounds in a row at the start. But that was not a good start, but then it was fine. Really close at the end. I don't know what gear I got there, but I mean, I wouldn't have beaten Whoopsie's point 2, but I was on point 3 no respawn. And I don't know what gear. I was like, fuck. But yeah, no, it went well. It was fun. Can't wait to see the next matches, to play the next matches.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, what do you think of the maps overall, Paul? Like,
I mean, personally, I'm not a fan of the 9 to 5 map, and I mean, the tactics maps I really used to hate, but now it has grown on me, so it's fine. But like objectively, I think it's the most cast map of the pack, but it's not the most difficult for me, so I don't mind it that much. But yeah, your map is really good, Burly, but that's the only map I think is really good for me. The rest is kinda, there's gear issues and stuff, but I mean, it's for gear 2, so it's really hard to map as well, and it makes for a interesting cup, I guess, because the rounds are really tough to manage.
well, thanks, I guess. On the 9 to 5 map, the gear issue, that's all me, by the way.
Oh, you mapped that map as well? Oh yeah, I thought you did only the AT basically, but okay.
I built the second half of the route as well.
Okay,
I saw
okay.
you always went for gear 3 there.
Yeah, but that is fine to me. Like, it's mostly as the last jump. I don't know why, but I slide out when I have speed. Like, I just don't keep grip and fly off the jump without having time to do the 360. Then I fly off into the black thing on the left of the jump. And it's like, I don't know how to, like, I can save,
just
but if
break
I
more,
save
no?
the end, yeah, but when I break, I don't know, I feel like I lose
get more angle
grip
and-
more easily even. I don't know, maybe it's a skill issue on my part, because but the rest of the spins are fine, but this one, I don't know. I just can't figure it out. And if I save, like, I can save it, but if I save it, I lose like 0.4 or something, because the landing becomes difficult. But I mean, yeah, the other people didn't have an issue with it, so I guess it's me.
Nice. And I also saw you going for the no spin on the tactics map in the
Yeah.
start. Do you think it's actually faster, or it's just
I don't know.
prefer
I
it?
guess it's kind of. I think it's slightly faster, because you have way more speed for the 180 jump after that on the landing, and so it kind of snowballs. But I think it's
fair.
not that much faster. You know, it's just easier for me to get good speed after, so that's why I do it. But I don't think it's like 0.2 faster or something. I don't think so, because Jazz doesn't do it, any second place on the map. So I think it's not that important because the rest of the map has so much to gain already. So yeah, but it's easier for sure for rounds. So that's why I do it.
All right. Well, what's your expectations for tomorrow then? Think you're gonna get a W? Or...
I don't know. I need to practice. I was like playing Cup of the Day till the last minute. I was like, fuck, I had no warm up. So
yeah,
if
what did you get?
train maybe,
Cup of the Day?
I don't want to talk about it. No, I went out 10th, I think. I slid out on like an overslide that's so tight that if you don't have the line, like it's so easy to overslide.
Also played
But, yeah.
that, just barely missed out on Div 1.
Oh,
Cannot
damn.
believe this.
What place did you get?
Yeah, 75th. I was
Ah,
like,
damn.
yeah, guess I'm not playing enough to.
Sedge. I mean, you could
Don't
have
have
won
time
the field.
anyways. Nah, there was no time.
Oh, okay. But you know, I'll try to do some rounds with maybe Jazz or something tonight to get more regu. And I mean, I'd like to win. I don't know if I will, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll try though, for sure.
You got any more questions, Mike? Or
I do have one question, Opal. I'm curious. Do you have any comments on playing a cup with maps that are this hard versus playing more traditional, let's say like average ice maps with closer margins?
I mean, I prefer closer maps for sure, but I don't think these maps are like impossible to regu. We had a few close rounds. I mean, quite a few actually close rounds on these maps, even though they're like super difficult. So I think it works, but it's just that it's not gonna be as close as often. It can be close, but most of the rounds might be there's gonna be a gap there. So I prefer like a close competitive third gear map, but that's just my opinion. I think having this type of cup from time to time, where the maps are a little bit more dank, is interesting as well. So it helps you maybe get more regu on easier maps as well, if you can get regu on these difficult maps. So I think it's nice to have, for sure.
Right.
what do you think about Gear 2 map of the and Ice of the Week? By the way, I was thinking of doing.
Ooh, I don't know about that one. I mean, the map needs to be easy for Ice of the Week, or like fast learnable at least. But I think if you can do it, but like you have to dial in the difficulty, because if not, the rounds are gonna be super scuffed. But it would be cool if the map is like well built for it.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're about ready to wrap this up right now. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I will be going live on my channel right now and a little bit of mapping on Deep Slip, a tower map.
Oh, Deep Slip.
Probably no Deep Dip. I'm making a full ice version. So if you guys want to see that, then hop over to my stream and yeah.
Oh,
I'll see you
before
guys
we
tomorrow,
go,
otherwise.
exclamation mark, XP Evo. Get your tickets.
Yeah, true.
We all want to see everyone.
I need to.
What?
I'll get it.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah,
It's,
I'll
such a
didn't
great
run out like tomorrow or something. But I'll definitely get one.
I don't know, Snippin. Will Snippin be there? We need to sort something out.
Oh, the ice god be there. Interview and Snippen, type 1. Yup, so, okay.
Alright. Yeah, thank you guys for hosting. Thanks to Burly for setting all this up.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, thanks for the
most
cup.
all the production work is done by Chris. Most of that, of course. Thanks for so much, Chris.
True. Thanks to Evo, thanks to Chris.
Yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Sounds good.
See
Ciao.
ya, see ya.